Good morning, Morgan, and good morning to any of your friends that are joined in to watch this video with us. All right, it's time to continue learning about inputs and outputs. And in today's lesson, we're going to be talking a little bit more about formatting strings. And as a bonus, we're going to be talking about how you import new libraries, because excuse me, that's a big deal. This is why Python is so awesome. This is why you can do whatever you want with Python, because there's always a library out there with code specific to what you want to do. If you want to do some high-end math, guess what? There's a library of functions that'll facilitate that. And most important of all, and what we're going to be learning eventually, is how to incorporate AI into our Python codes. But that's we're not going to be doing that with this series of videos. It's probably going to be the fourth series, because I've got a couple more things I want to do before we get to that. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and get started with our reading today. Let's see, are we going to get the boy voice or the girl voice? Let's see.
Python Training Video 41. Formatted String Literals. Formatted string literals, also called f-strings for short, let you include the value of Python expressions inside a string by prefixing the string with f or f and writing expressions as expression. An optional format specifier can follow the expression. This allows greater control over how the value is formatted. The following example rounds pi to 3 places after the decimal.
All right, so we're continuing learning a little bit more about formatting that we started in the last video. Now we're learning how to control the output or format the output of the variables that we're inserting in the string literal that's being printed. All right, and I've got some example code. We're going to run the example code. We're going to talk about this some more, but just real quick. Here we're importing the math library because we need that to access the py function. Okay, that's why we're doing that. And I don't think you're far enough in your math yet to know how valuable pi is, but it doesn't matter. All right, with that, let's continue.
Passing an integer after the colon will cause that field to be a minimum number of characters wide. This is useful for making columns line up.
Oh, it is it? All right, well, we learn something new every day. All right, now, what's this next example doing? Oh, okay, so apparently this is how you get everything to start at line 10. But let's go ahead and let the machine continue talking to us.
Other modifiers can be used to convert the value before it is formatted. A applies ASCII, S applies STR, and R applies repr. Animals equal.
Oh, right. Well, that's kind of cool. So we can go and use some of those functions we learned yesterday or in the video before that into how we want our strings to appear in the output. Well, oh, and that's it for the reading. Now let's go ahead and let's get over and run that code. All right, and here's the code that I've created for this video. And this, to make this work, this import math, you have to go out onto the internet and you need to download that library to your machine. Okay, and to do that, okay, we need to use the pip function. So take out the comma, boom. You only need to run this in the code once. Actually, it's best if you run this in the terminal mode. Okay, you run this, it goes out there, and it installs this Python math library for you, which I've already done. And now this statement will work. If you didn't do that, this code would not work, because it would go like, I don't know what you're talking about. What's this py function? Where is it? I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Now, so here's the code that we incorporated over from the manual. Let's just pause the screen for a minute so you can copy down if you want. All right, here we go. Here's the last little bit of it. All right. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and run the code. And of course, you're not going to see that it pops out, but it has. Now we're going to go ahead and pop over and take a look at the output. And here we are in the output. All right. So here's what the program created. This is what we were expecting. All right. Ding, ding, ding. Here's the output from the code. It shows you how the formatting works. Now, of course, it's interesting why these spaces are here is because I left a space in between the \n comment and the string data. Okay, and that's why that space is there. Let's see if you can notice that when you look at the code. But that's why that extra space is there. And by the way, I figured that out, and I thought to myself, I'm lazy. I'm going to leave it in there. I'm not going to fix it, and I'll incorporate it into the video and make it look like I'm trying to be an extra good teacher. But in reality, I was just too lazy to fix it. Anyway, so here you go. That's what this program will create. Anyway, with that, we're done with this video, and I'll see you in the next one. And go out and have fun, and try not to get in too much trouble. All right, see you later.